I know somebody in high school got hit by the metro.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, they made money.
Sick. Good for
Did they
him.
live?
Did nothing with it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
How much did
Yeah,
he
did
get?
nothing.
Do you know?
It was like at the time it was like I think like 800,000.
Guys, we should
But-
commit it. We should commit it.
He didn't do anything with it.
Maybe
can
we,
get away with
don't. Maybe we don't say that on the podcast.
That's
recording.
crazy.
I mean,
Hey, maybe we don't say that because
Well,
we
this-
should. I mean, we should invest in stock market. Yep.
yeah, I hope you bleep that because that
Of
could
course I
be incriminating to
will.
us in like an
Yeah.
actual claim when we're trying to deal with someone. They're like, Your Honor, I have proof here that this is false. It's
It
like,
wasn't
oh,
said in
fuck.
satire. It was a joke.
Satire, hearsay, or whatever the word is.
Hearsay.
Imagination.
Yeah.
But dude, that's crazy.
right.
Imagination. Hey, no washout.
Wow.
Bitch,
You don't
fucking.
Flash bomb your fucking camera.
I know. Sorry, camera. Oh, what the hell? Accidentally clicked on the
Flash.
news tab. I think it's so lame. Oh, wait. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. I don't know who's starting it.
Oh, straight away.
Yeah, well, because I want to talk.
no,
I was going
Steve.
to talk about something, but I
Make Steve
figured
do it. He hasn't done
Steve.
it in the past couple too.
bring us in.
Huh? Oh,
Ugh.
what was I
Any
gonna
day
say?
now, dude.
Do the intro.
Oh, hi everybody. Welcome to another fucking pod.
There you go.
We're your three favorite idiots.
There you
We
go.
got Rich Lee, and we heard from a friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe,
There you go.
and stick the thumb in your stepsister. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe don't do that.
Hey, but he did it.
I don't
I
have a
was-
stepsister.
I was going to say.
Not you.
Oh, I was like, what the hell?
It's lame that your phone, like the iPhones, they have like a news section built in. Like if you
I haven't
swipe all the
updated
way
my
to the
phone yet.
left.
Oh, you can get rid of that.
I don't. That's the thing, though. I don't. I want it to be free. I think it's so stupid that some news article, post, or whatever costs money. Like you need to have like a subscription to that service so that
You
they
want it to be
provide you the
free?
full
What are you
story.
talking about?
He's
I
he
haven't
means
updated
like
my phone.
the widget
Yeah,
on your phone.
Yeah,
It doesn't
news
matter.
one.
It's there since before.
Yeah, it's
Like if you
always
swipe
there.
left, you can see the
Trending.
news
See right
widget.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You have to pay for that?
Well,
Some
you
of
have to pay for some of the stories, and it's like, hey, sorry,
Oh.
I just want to be informed. I actually want to read sometimes news articles or whatever, but I don't want to spend money on stupid ass LA Times and New York Times. Fucking bullshit. That's dumb. That's lame. I want to be informed.
At work, we still have some residents that get the newspaper.
Hmm.
They
When you read it
get.
before you give it to them, you're like, where?
Nah, I don't give a shit. All of that's old news, bro. I'm like, I read this on Twitter like 2 days ago. Anyway,
Old news.
True.
but they get the New York Times and the LA Times. I'm a name drop, but I'm gonna keep it out of the pod. It's uncle.
Who's your uncle?
Nice. Some
His
person,
name-
I guess, but
Yeah.
he's related to them by relation, or he knows them by
Yeah.
relation. So that's cool.
Mhm.
Oh,
But yeah,
someone
people
who,
shit.
someone who lives there.
Yes.
yeah, that's
Their uncle.
no, the uncle is there, as in
Oh,
like
the uncle.
yes,
Like
Uh-huh.
in middle.
uh-huh.
Mm.
But yeah, he cool. He's old.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was my only gripe. That's why I just thought about it because I was scrolling through my phone and I accidentally clicked on the widget and one of the articles popped up and then it said on the bottom, pay, I think it's like 12 or 15 a month or something like that. I'm like, okay, that's expensive.
Oh,
for
fuck
number
no.
one. Number two, no.
Have you ever like looked up a story on, not even like on your phone? Well, I guess you could, but just on Google or whatever, and you finally find the headline that you're looking for, and it's one of those like New York Times or LA Times or whatever, and then it's
And you
just like,
can't read it?
yeah, could you continue to read your story? Please subscribe to whatever. I'm like, I'm not paying $4 to read an
Have you
article.
guys-
I'm sorry.
Have you guys gotten the TikToks, or I think it was a reel also, of a guy showing you how to get rid of that when you're on the site?
Oh,
Yeah, you have to go into the site's like coding
code. Uh-huh.
Yeah, then you just delete or rename something, and then it lets you just scroll through the story. But I've
Yeah.
never done it. Sounds like too much work for me to read a couple words that I could read just as much on Twitter. Not to say that Twitter is like the fucking place where you go for truth story, but
The truth.
it's a place that you can start and then lead into something that somebody links.
What I did learn also is that you could always just go into the library and get the newspaper for free.
Oh.
Obvi. But
Yeah.
I'm just like,
My local library is getting renovated and they were taking so long and not doing anything and there weren't people around. So homeless people started hanging out around it,
oh,
but they
sick.
started like getting naked and they started like freaking out. The issue is that right next door to the library is an elementary school.
Elementary school, of course.
Yeah. So I think it popped up on the news randomly or
Sick.
something like that. So I think LA mayor or the police department, like chief or some shit like that. There was somebody of like authority above our city mayor. And they're like, hey, do something about it. Get the job done or we can't have weird ass, nude ass, tweaking ass people around the kids.
Sick.
That's fucked up. So they fenced it off and I don't know if they're working on it. It looks like they made some progress, but it still like looks exactly the same after they made that progress. I haven't seen any real change. So kind of sucks. I am interested in checking it out when the renovations are done because I do like the library. It's
trying to
nice.
read, dude?
Yes. I think that'd be
Wow.
cool.
Go in there and read smut.
No, the hell?
Reading smut at the library is crazy.
What was
That's
it?
mad
I
diabolical.
just know somebody does it, dude. I just know there has to be at least a handful of people.
Our friend was talking about it earlier today. It was just me and
Unread smut at the library.
no, it was the three of us were hanging out, and I forgot if in her state or in her city, I think it's the state, maybe the governor. But she was telling her partner that you should register to vote locally or something like that, or you should actually vote locally this time around. And I guess it's because one of the candidates believes or wants to send out a bill that causes anything that is inappropriate, whether it be text, photography, video, websites, articles, anything that is close or in relation to sex, they want it banned permanently. And
So they
for
just
people
wanna
to get
ban
in
porn.
trouble. Yeah.
But like not just porn websites, just all around
Don't
porn.
just and nudity, basically. They just want to ban
the
nudity
fuck?
on media. And it was like, I agree. Everybody should vote. Local politics is very, very important because
Yes.
it will like directly impact you. It's not like a trickle down and you're slowly watching the poison bleed into your community. That one's a little bit more jabbed and go, like the needle's in and then the poison's in there. You're feeling
Yeah.
it. So you might want to check out your local candidates. So that's important.
Man, I don't know. It's just like on one hand, I understand what they're trying to do, or at least claim to do. It's like, oh, it's for the kids so they don't see this shit. We've talked about this so many times. If your kid's fucking looking up porn, you can't stop them from finding porn.
Yep.
It's more important on you to obviously like
Educate
monitor
them.
and educate them as far as like, hey, dude, this is what fucking is. This is
Okay.
what a gay marriage is, or whatever the hell, right?
Yeah, sure.
This is
Mhm.
all of this stuff happens in the real world, but it's
You
just
think
like
porn correlates to gay marriage?
no. What I'm saying is like things that are, how would I say it?
Things
More
that would be
grown-up
considered
themed. Sure.
I wouldn't say gay marriage is
Mm.
inappropriate. I think things that are more frowned upon in a traditional household.
things that are frowned upon in a religious household.
There
It doesn't
you
have
go.
to. No, it doesn't have to be religious. It could just be traditional. A traditional
Bro,
doesn't necessarily mean that it's
Traditional,
religious.
no, dude. Traditional always to me it seems hand in hand with religious.
No,
It's,
I know.
it's just always the thing, because no matter what you do, especially nowadays with everybody being like, oh, we're good Christian household, it's like that in itself has just bled into, oh, we're traditional, where fucking we go to church on Sundays type shit. Fucking woman is the house, stay at home wife or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Things like that. It's all leading to that time
It
era.
all spans from religion, or it seems to. I
Yeah.
think that's the issue, is that they're just so close in like their beliefs or whatever that it's like, I don't know. Yeah, it just feels like, yeah, they're hand in hand. But
You know,
I do
I was
agree with
looking
Steve
at.
that some people
Uh-huh.
do just want to have like a traditional-esque lifestyle where the woman does stay at home, the man does bring in the breadwinning, but there isn't any religious aspect thrown into it. Maybe they are atheists or whatever. Maybe that's just one of those life complication that's like very unique life or unique family or whatever, you know?
I think okay, because like I think about it in my sense, where as a guy in the
As a
society
man.
that we are in, a man in the society that we are in now.
Yep.
There's obviously pressures on men to be that breadwinner, to be the I make more money than my spouse, and the provider essentially.
Yeah.
And in a sense, it's been like ingrained in all of us to be like, yeah, I want to be successful enough to be able to support my wife or partner, whatever, so that they don't have to work and they can
My
just,
wife.
you know, handle whatever.
My wife.
But like, for example, in my head, yeah, I would like to do that. But at the same time, I'm not about to force anybody to be like, no, you can't work. I'm going to be the one and only, like you depend on me for money or whatever it is.
I think it's weird when you look at it like that. Because
You know what's funny?
That's how it is for the most part, though. At least that's how I see the people who tried preaching about that kind of life.
You know what's funny is that people that do get upset with men and women that are okay with the like each person is working, they're, you know, providing for the household or whatever.
Mhm.
I don't think they realize that a lot of people would be okay with that scenario where one partner does work and the other one does stay at home. It's just it's just the understanding that, okay, if that's the case, then you need to be making enough money. We need to be like very open about that. Like it's totally fine. And I feel like most people would be down for it, but realistically, where are the funds? You know?
Exactly.
Like if you could make that kind of money, I'll be your fucking couch princess. I'll clean up this house and I'll make it nice and pretty. By all means, I'll do that shit. But if you don't got the bread for that, then you know, we gotta.
Like the main
both
thing
gotta
too
be out
is like
there.
that's choice either way. It's still like, okay, you get the option to. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to
Mhm.
go work in whatever field you want, sure, go ahead.
What if they want to work just to have their own money in their pocket, but
That's
you're
what I'm
still
saying.
the one, you're the breadwinner?
Yeah, I
That's
think
what I'm saying.
That's the part that always trips me out when, like, obviously we're all okay with that. We think that that's totally fine. But when it comes to the other side, or people that are more conservative or traditional, just that idea is enough of a reason for them to want to make an argument off of it, to be verbally like in a disagreement.
Why do you have to go out there? And,
Yeah, why do you feel
Yeah.
like you have to work? What are you gonna do with your money? Why the fuck do you feel like you have to be your own person? You married, but it's like this whole thing. It's crazy.
it's like-
spend it on drugs?
The whole thing to me
Well,
is
it's
just
been on drugs,
comes
sweetie,
down
'cause I can't
to
stand your ass sober.
Percocets.
actually what
Percocet.
are those called? The ones that they took in fucking Wolf of Wall Street. The
Cocaine.
Ambience?
no, what was it? Quaaludes.
Ambience. Oh, Quaaludes.
Quaaludes.
Yeah, that shit. What was I saying?
Drugs.
Not drugs. Before that.
We were talking
Oh,
about
right.
tradition.
No, right. So they're like, why did you want to go out and get money? Who are you trying to see or whatever the fuck? All of it just comes down to insecureness. To
That's
me.
true.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I could kind of see that.
bro, let them go. Everybody needs to have their own life outside of anybody, really.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I'm always thinking about like just different scenarios. So I kind of like put myself in the scenario of like, realistically, if I have the space, this is in the scenario that there's enough space for like your own area or my own area, or like if you're over here and you want to have your you time, then I will be understanding of that or whatever. I think to myself, do I want that? Do I want to have an entire space just for myself because I am such a beast of habit? You know, I like my space the way that it is. Pretty sure anybody that comes in here would think this is a messy ass space, but I like it. It's comfortable. Everything's where it's at. I can walk around like a normal person, of course, but like I have a D&D dice bag here and I have a fucking cat. Like, I'm a nerd. This is just a nerdy ass room that has a lot of like Lee's hyperfixations just stacked around. And I don't know. I like it. I like looking at the stuff. I'm more of a visual person. So it's nice like looking at certain things, but that's what makes you think like, God, I feel like I'd have to be considerate of somebody if I'm sharing a space with them, which is fine. I can totally do that. But I think to myself, if I have the space available, I think I do want to be the one that like, oh, that's Lee's office or that's his quote unquote man cave. And it's just my like a copy of my room, maybe more
I
done
get
up
what
or
you're
whatever. But
saying.
I think I would want my own space if I'm not like out and about, doing my thing.
Yeah.
I agree, but I can see why other people wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Me too.
because for me, you're right. Like, I'm reclusive as hell, where I'm like, I just want somewhere where I can go where nobody can bother me. Not that, I consider a romantic partner or even just a roommate a bother like that.
Right.
But it's just like, sometimes I just want to be by myself and just, what's it called? And just think, like, be myself with my own thoughts and just like kind of just chill out, not have to worry about somebody else being there and worrying about, oh, am I, at least for me, this is my biggest fucking thing. Am I being courteous enough to this person, or am I being considerate enough of this person or their whatever it is that's happening around us? Because that's always been my biggest insecurity. That's why I don't like being around people all that much, because I feel like, I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like it's like, oh, maybe they're expecting me to do something at this time, but I'm not catching on to it or something like that. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I think it's being around people, like, kind of like at some point, like, I remember when I first started first went over to my East Coast friend's place, and they are on their phones like a lot. But not to say like they don't pay attention. It's just it's the same concept of, are you comfortable in silence? Which I am. I don't mind it, just as long as there's that understanding that that's how you are. And it was one of my first few times actually hanging out with them in person and not just on the computer playing a game or doing something like an activity. So when it first happened, I was like, I was like overthinking to myself sometimes, and I would catch myself thinking like, are they bored? Are they on their phones because they're bored? Should I do something? Should I say something? We haven't said anything. But silence is fine. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I'm like having a conversation with myself while like they're just on their phones. And I've obviously come to the point where it's like, yeah, it's the same concept of sitting in silence, but they're just on their phones. And if anything is said or whatever, then attention is given. It's just a fluff, in between. So
Steve, I'm curious about you. Like, how do you think in a group? Because like you're the more social one out of all the three of us. So I'm just like, because I was telling you, like, my main thing is like, sometimes I get in my head about like, am I coming off as an asshole? Am I coming off as inconsiderate at any point in time when I'm in a group setting? And it's not like, I don't know, at least for me, it's like, that's the main reason I don't like to be social all that much. But I don't know, like, what are you thinking? Are you even thinking about other people? Like, are you a selfish asshole?
No, I'm pretty. I think I'm pretty self-aware of my surroundings, but at the same time, I'm also like, as much as I'm social, I'm very in my head, because I've also learned that like some people don't really fuck with me in certain ways. Some people like a different version of me. I can definitely tell you guys there are different versions of me.
Oh yeah, I feel like
everybody has that.
Yeah, depending on the setting. But I think over time, it's not that I don't care, but I'm like, if we catch a vibe, and I'm cool with somebody,
they're for the ride. Sorry,
they're willing to have a conversation. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, you got to meet all my check marks, because realistically,
that's impossible.
It's impossible, right? So it's like, but if I see someone who's genuine enough to be able to have that conversation and like figure something out to make you comfortable in a setting, then it's worth like acknowledging and befriending that person. But I've also come to the point in my life where I'm like, really don't care. Like if you don't like me, don't talk to me. It's cool. Like
Yeah.
if we have friends, like I now as I'm older, now that I'm 30, I definitely can say I have friends in group settings of people that I don't talk to
Yeah.
because I'm just like I don't really fuck with them. They don't fuck with me. It's never been vocalized. It's pretty out there. Like you can tell.
There's like a
Yeah.
vibe that you can pick up where there's this mutual understanding that you and I wouldn't be hanging out or chilling unless it was if it wasn't for this group or this setting or this scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. My other question for you. This is literally just me like going into a fucking, like I said, you're the most social one out of all of us.
A
And
normie braid.
And I'm thinking about it more and more because of the way that we became friends.
Mm-hmm.
It was through Target and you saw me checking out Overwatch. And you're like, have you played that? I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck it is. And you're like, dude, like, get it. Like, you can play with us. And I was like, I don't even fucking know you. The most I know about you is that you're Jesse's brother. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, like, I'll check it out, whatever. So I ended up getting it. He ended up inviting me to the friend group
The
that
lobby.
played Overwatch,
Yeah.
right? And I don't know. It was just like, oh, yeah, that's where I met Lee. Over time, I was just like, because like you're the one that reached out, like, oh, do you want to play? Do you want to play? And type of stuff like that. And then, oh, do you want to go hang out over here? And I was like, I can't do that. I realized that in myself. I'm not confident enough to ever be like, hey,
To initiate it.
kind of in a way. Unless I'm known you for a long ass time, then I'll do it. But it's like I can't do that to just somebody I met a couple days ago. You know,
Are you asking me if I'm still like that?
I'm asking what was like
My motivation towards it?
in a way, but also just like how the fuck did you just like? I don't know. What do you think?
Like, do you have a, like, I guess he's asking, do you have like a thought process or like this inner thought of like, oh, I want to talk to this person because like, what's the reason why you would even go out of your way to talk to someone that you
Man, I
have
was 18.
no idea?
Yeah,
You have like no understanding of them. The most you have is that like one little piece of like thing that's in their hand.
You know what it was? I think for the most part, when it came to Richard, is because I had already experienced the world of being friends with people online. I feel like that gave me some sort of confident boost in the real world, where it's like, well, if I can click with people, with friends that I've never even seen their faces, we just know by voice, and eventually we like video chatted and like I made friends with them, you know, like we befriended. I was like, why not in person? Like, what's like in my brain process when I remember when I asked you, it was more like, it was very like on the nose of, well, we're gonna work together, and we like the same interests. And I've heard some, I added like by passing, I heard some of your conversations, and I was like, why not try to be friends? Why not try to be friends with somebody who had, little did I know, more or less very similar interests. You know, obviously if we gotten older, our interests have changed and things have happened over time that have changed or strengthened. Like it strengthened a lot of them, but yeah, honestly, when it came to you, dude, it was very just wing it.
I feel like
it was more like
from a third person perspective, it sounds like it was a very much like a no-brainer. I felt like because it's like,
yeah, it was
you guys
like,
are gonna
hey,
work together. He
I
plays
wanna be
video
your
games clearly, same age-ish.
Yeah, it was very like, I want to be your friend, you know, and it's like, and at the same time, I was also like, I want to be your friend, and I also want to be able to like have somebody to like play games with a lot more.
Get that.
And like, and yeah, I mean, honestly, that I can't believe you still remember that, but yeah, like,
yeah, dude, because I was thinking about it the other day. I think I was actually talking about it with our friend. We were just like, how the fuck did we even meet? And I was like, oh yeah, I met Lee through Overwatch, and then but I met him through Steve because Steve had fucking asked me to. Like, I remember I didn't know shit about it, and you were like, oh yeah, I've got the beta and blah blah blah. It's really sick. I was like, all right, you told me. I'm like, so I got the game. But I was just like, dude, I don't know. You're like, that was like the most like, you want to come over play games?
That is kind of like what it is now.
I think it helped me because at the time I was still living in an apartment. Like I grew up in an apartment setting, so I grew up with kids around me my whole life.
Yeah.
Because like when I met Richard, like Richard was very awkward, and he was just very like, he communicated, but you know what it felt like? It felt like I'm responding to you because I know these are normal human social cues to do, especially in a workplace, but I don't like you.
Well, okay, to be fair, first job, I've never fucking like interacted with anybody outside of school setting. So I was just like,
oh,
I was like, I don't know if you're I don't know what the fuck you're like, dude, but
this guy's
okay,
trying to be
whatever.
my friend, or you trying to fuck me?
When I was younger, I was more like Steve. I mean, now that I'm older, I think I'm just so like, I don't know. I guess I have like more icks, or I don't know. I just have like a lack of patience, I think, when it comes to new people, especially. I hate to be like the kind of person that's like, in today's day and age, it really shaped my view on people. It kind of has. I feel like it's just so like, you're either a gross piece of shit person or you're chill for the most part. I don't know. It's just so like, some people just, their beliefs, the way they act, the way they talk, it's just too much of like I can't listen. I can't deal with that all day.
I've also learned, like,
I don't know.
On top of what you're saying, I've also learned just as it's like, I'm not picky with my friends. Like, I know the way I said it sounds like, oh, like I read a room and I'm like, you, not you. And it's like, no, like I've also had, and I've met people who are like, yeah, I don't really fuck with you. Like, so someone once told me like, I don't like you. And they're like, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, all right. I'm like, and my ass was like, why? And they're like, oh, you just kind of come off like condescending. Like, they're like, we don't know if it's like a genuine conversation or you're just doing it to like fill the crowd. And like I straight out told the person, I was like, that's valid. I was like, in your perspective, I was like, you seem very enclosed. I was like, and this shows me that you have too many walls for me to even try to have a conversation with you. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, so no harm, no foul. I was like, and I like, and realistically, like, I told that I like in my brain, I was just like, and it's funny that I've learned like so many cues. In my brain, I was like, I also don't like how you dress, so I'm okay with this.
Okay,
and I really didn't.
I mean, I think that's fine. I think when like, if that person wasn't mature enough, which makes you think like what them approaching you or saying that to you is like such a like tightrope walk, like one step to the left, one step to the right, and it will just hit like, oh, you're just being a bitch or you're being rude. And then the other side is, I just want to be honest and be mature about it. And I think this is a mutual thing. You know, that's like, I kind of get that.
You know what? Okay.
I've done that for our friend group, bro. I was like, yo, this isn't going to work. We need to bounce.
Have you guys ever felt intimidated? Like you see somebody, like say you're in a party or whatever the fuck. Yep. And somebody's like, obviously like somebody, they look cool or whatever. And you're like, oh, cool. Like I would want to have a conversation with them.
Like the social magnet, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. But I'm like, I don't have the confidence to talk to you because I feel like, I don't know. What if I'm the one person that you're like, you don't fuck with?
I honestly think I agree with Steve is that my upbringing was like a good percentage of it being online. And it was with like 20 something year olds, fucking 30, 40 something year olds talking about like not paying rent, having like their cheating spouse, their sexuality. And I was like 13.
That's crazy.
12. Like, and then on top of watching reality TV with like fucking TRL and all that bullshit, like, you know, just being exposed, I think, to like adults and adulthood, and made going into a space where people already are going to expect like nothing of you or little of you. So the starting point is so like easy. It's just so like all I have to do is talk to you and be able to like carry a conversation. And all I have to do is be honest. Like that. I think that's why as I got out, like in school, I wasn't out and I was starting to come out to everybody slowly. And then I came out in senior. Yeah. And then from then, every time I would meet someone, I personally felt like I had to be honest just to know whether or not I was safe or whatever it may be. So, but I think that kind of helps me kind of figure my shit out. But when I am in those scenarios where I was even thinking about it when you brought it up, because I was thinking the guy that I mentioned on here who has a kid who's into like hockey and shit like that. I think I mentioned it before. Rockabilly dude. He, when I first met him, I remember like seeing him walk in, and I was like everybody lit up. But I remember looking at him, and I was like, ooh, he's cute. I like this guy. But like it, like immediately, and it was just so like, what the fuck. But yeah, that kind of was all it took, was like, yeah, I want to talk to this person. Yeah, I want to know this person. I don't know. I think it is because of, same with Steve, is growing up and being on the internet, just me talking to adults easy. So when you were finally an adult, there was like, fuck, 5, 6, 7 years of experience. So it was pretty easy. And I think I also like the idea of like, when that does happen, if me and this person do vibe, I think like when me and somebody click, it like we can click hard on something. So I'm always excited to kind of meet someone new and figure out like, what's our thing. That's kind of what I think. Like, what's our thing? What's our connector?
You know what's funny for me is that like, just to add on to it, is like when I met Richard, I had a friend group. I had a friend group, and I had people that I went out with. I had people that I hung out with. I was already like doing things with, and it wasn't like my brain was like, oh well, if he's not my friend, then fuck it, I got friends anyways. But when we became friends and we kind of like established, hey, this was fun, let's do this again, and it became more and more, eventually like I realized that friend group that I had, like I kind of tried to be somebody I wasn't trying to be. It was a very outside perspective of myself, of like, I've outgrown this, these kind of activities and people, and like, you weren't a way out, but it was also very like, I'm happy you're here. Like my dude and I, we can shoot the shit, play games, and then, you know, go to work, and it's like, we're not tired of each other. Like we're friends. Compared to these people where I was becoming very avoidant, and I was becoming very like, I don't really want to fuck with you like that anymore. And they weren't really, and I'm not saying like, I know we've talked in the past how like the relationship between Richard and I is very like, we don't really communicate about feelings unless it gets very, very serious, to the point where like something is really fucking us up.
Yeah.
And with those friends, it was like I felt like with Richard, I
be that way with them.
That, and then with Richard, like Richard kind of just filled a cup for me that I didn't know I needed filling. So when as time passed, like yeah, like you know, like I for a very long time, without him and I even saying it, I already considered him my best friend, and I already considered him someone that like that I wanted in my life, that I wanted to hang out with more, you know. And it's like, but yeah, no, like, and then I realized like the people that those are friends that like I had since high school, friends that even like I think few of them were like elementary-ish, and it's like, yeah, we were cool, but it's like it was the same shit with them, and it was shit that I didn't really feel like doing anymore, and I felt like I had to kind of change how I talk, change how I walk, like behave a certain aspect of myself that I was just like, dude, this isn't me. And it was the same thing that I remember it clicked, where people were like, I got called in high school once like a tryhard, and I was just like
a poser type of thing, or
yeah, because I had a skateboard, because I was playing football, because I was a nerdy kid. Like they were like, oh, you're just trying to be cool, but you're really at home like jerking off and playing games. I'm like, I can still play sports, I can still do this, and you know, still fuck your mom. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, fuck you, dude, you know?
Yeah, I think that when we were younger, and just kids in general, I don't even think I think just kids in general are really adverse to things that aren't with the status quo or whatever. So when you are like kind of just being open about your interests, your hobbies, you're just doing you. When you're a kid, especially, but even now that we're adults, fucking look at Twitter, and anything that we ever hear about a celebrity making a choice or a decision or being public about something, scrutiny, opinions, negativity, it is wild. And I think it's just that negative feeling to something that is different than you, and I don't know where it comes from.
Working where I work now, because it's a school, I haven't been around kids in such a long time, like you know, like where I can see them grow up like that. I've had my nephews, and I have my niece, and I have like my friends' kids, but it's very different because it's one or two kid, you know. But seeing these kids in a social environment, like the kid I'm working with, he reminds me very much like me when I was a kid, where it's like you wanted to be friends with people, but you also didn't give enough fucks for them. And like you can tell these kids like him.
Hmm.
And then there's one kid who looks for him, who like comes up and sits next to him during lunch. Like today they exchanged just a very, like my kid, like I observe him obviously, and he was eating, right? His parents made him sandwiches and stuff, so he had to like build it, and he made a sandwich and he was eating. And then his buddy had gone into the bathroom, and he, like, you could tell like he was just kind of like looking, but he was like, oh, maybe he's not here. Kid randomly pops up, sits in front of him at the lunch table, and they kind of exchanged a quiet like smile and giggle. And I was like, that's fucking cute. I was like, because I remember I was like, I was that fucking kid. I was that kid who was okay with just sharing space with somebody, because I had that one friend, and him and I are still friends to this day, although we live different lives and do different things. Him and I have that, like, there's a special place with that kid, because like it gave me that comfort amongst 20 plus other kids who didn't like me, boys who didn't want to play with me, and blatantly were like, I would talk to him or like try to like intervene in the conversation, and they would just do this, and I was like, damn, yeah,
damn,
that's nice that you have that. I don't every friend that I kind of had as a kid, there was never like a real connection,
like a real bond.
Yeah, nothing like that. Like, I think the people that I felt the closest to, kids that I felt the closest to, were at a private school, and that was like devastating when my parents were like, you can't go there anymore. And then I went to public school, and public school was just, it just wasn't like, there wasn't a connection with anyone like that. Nobody like got me. Nobody kind of got the things that I was into.
Yeah.
The only person that is still around is like my second cousin, basically. Like my mom's sister, my aunt, married my uncle, and my uncle's sister is her kid. It went to the same schools that I went to, basically up until college. But we would still see each other at like family parties and stuff like that. So we were close, but man, they were just really mean sometimes. Like it was almost like I was like a punching bag. That's what it kind of felt like. Not like physical. Sometimes it would get there, but it would, like, you know, kids, they would just like fight or whatever. But we were always still really close. But yeah, it just didn't ever like go any deeper, and it was never like that with anyone up until Jasmine. Jasmine, when I met her in middle school, that was like a little bit more
that's what clicked for you.
Yeah, it was like that was a little bit more like of a connection, because we were into the same things. And I remember talking with Jasmine, and like we were chatting about games and stuff like that. I remember my other friend, they were still there, and they were like really quiet. And I remember being like, what's going on? What's up? And they were just bummed that they couldn't join into the conversation because they weren't into video games. So they didn't really like look into anime. They didn't like it and shit like that. So
yeah,
that was the closest that I kind of had to a connection. But I guess it is just like Steve's. Mine was in middle school, because me and Jasmine don't talk too much nowadays, but it's not out of animosity or like negative feelings. It's just busy.
It's just growing up.
Shit.
And it's also nice because it's like, so he happened to show up at my gym that I'm currently at, right? And him and you guys know him. You guys know who he is. You don't know him personally, but you know who he is.
Oh,
it's my friend Ivan.
Okay.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And we, like, he came up to me, like I was mid workout. He came up to me and like he like came and hugged me. And he was like, dude, what's up? And I was like, oh shit, like, what's up? You know, and keep in mind, like, there was a few years where we worked together because he helped me get that job. But it's like him and I just instantaneously click. Whether we have the same interests or don't, it's just our communication has always had just that, like, you're fam. Like, regardless of what it is, I've known you since we were like this. You know, so it's like we're friends. So like, it's nice seeing like my client like that. Because I know he knows he's different. He's such a smart fucking boy. It's a first grader that I'm working with. He's such a fucking smart boy, to the point where he kind of hurts himself, like, because he's just too open-minded.
Not
Like,
like
he's-
physically, right?
Not physically, no,
Okay,
no.
okay.
He, like hurts himself in a sense of like he just
sabotages type of thing.
yes and no, because he's very aware of like who he is and his conditions.
He's just a
So-
little awkward, basically, I guess. Is that
So
kind of what it is?
so to fill in, like I work with kids with autism.
Okay.
So he has a very like specific version of ADHD,
Mm-hmm.
and he's very impulsive.
Mm.
So he knows, but this kid, like when it comes to this kid, and he's very like competitive because his brain just fucking runs at 1,000 all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But this kid, like, to give you an example, like he last week they were playing a game and it was a very stupid thing. They're kids, stupid thing, to the point where like my kid started telling him like, "Oh, I win, I'm first place," and he can tell this boy has his own bucket of issues, but he's just very timid, and like he started telling him that, and you can tell like the kid genuinely like got upset and didn't know either to cry or get mad, but he didn't want to show that to him because he considers him his friend. So then I was gonna intervene and tell my kid something, and without any direction, without any prompt, he went up to him and he was like, "Hey," he was like, "I'm sorry." He was like, "I didn't mean to upset you." He's like, "I hope you know that if I win, you win." And he gave him like a little hug, and the kid's face lit up. And it's
Was
like,
that your kid that was saying that to the other kid, or was that the other kid saying it to your kid?
No, my kid to the other kid, to his friend.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like I'm telling you, this kid is so fucking intelligent. Like,
It's a mature kid.
Like, I talk to him. I don't talk to him like a child. I'm not like, "Hey, oh my god." It's very like, "Hey, what's up?" Blah 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 blah. Like I talk to him like a little adult because he understands and he comprehends. But yeah, like seeing that interaction, I'm like, you could tell that kid has never had a friend like that, and then I know my kid has never had a friend like that. So like, although he still communicates with the other kids and he talks, he doesn't fit in, and it gave me that mindset. It took me back where I was like, yeah, I never fit in with my classmates ever. Like my friend was the reason why I even got around where I got around with like people, is like because we always had each other's back, and he was always like a very social, popular kid too. So like he always just looked out for me, and we were like always good friends all the way through, no matter what. Like no matter no matter what trend I was into, whether it was Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, sneakers, like he always found the way to like relate or put himself in there and be like, "Oh, like I bought a pack of like Pokemon cards, like you want to check them out?"
Cute.
Yeah, like so he's always been just that fucking like that friend.
Cute.
And I think to kind of touch on to what you said earlier was like when you were first kind of connecting with Richard and hanging out with him, it's not like you guys, both of you it wasn't like you guys didn't have a friend group. And I think like another one, or who you were hanging out with primarily, that was the same. But I think that I kind of think of myself as the floater friend for the most part. Sometimes I'll settle and I will just kind of hang out with the group for like an extended amount of time. But for the most part, I just kind of float from group to group. It's kind of weird. I don't know. But I think that it's okay to also just understand that you don't have to, and you're not going to be friends with everyone forever. Maybe some people, of course. So, but not everyone. And I think that that's okay, because we are always growing and maturing and aging and, you know, just gaining experience. And sometimes the experience you gain is different than others. And sometimes that just causes people to go different paths, and that's fine, you know? And that's like the good side of it. Sometimes somebody's just a complete prick or did you so dirty, and it's like, you know what, time to go. And that is self-love right there. Don't stick around for shit like that. Respect yourself.
True.
Yeah.
I was going to say two things. One, as far
respect yourself.
As far as Steve goes, like, you know, you said the filling the cup type of thing. I feel the same way, because throughout school, I had friends, obviously. I had my fair share of friends, but I never had anybody that was that close. I was like, I never considered anybody a best friend. And anytime I did, you know, it just, we'd drift within like the next year. And
Yeah.
it's just like, I don't know. It's like after a while, it's like I was like, man, whatever. I had to kind of build that wall of like, people come and go. It is what it is. Who cares? And when I became friends with you, what's it called? It's just it's so weird. At least for me, it was at the time. It was weird and new to have somebody kind of asking for you, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
hey, where are you? Like, you want to hang out type of shit. And it's just like, yeah, I had never really experienced that. And, you know, no matter what, like, obviously we've had our fair share of fights. We've had our fair share of arguing and all this stuff. And I've just always thought of it like, you know what, though? It's like, we're at the end of the day, I know that it's not like we're going to fucking just be like, well, fuck you type of shit and completely cut each other off. Unless we do something fucking completely insane, but I doubt it, knowing us for this long. But it's just like, yeah, no, that was a first. And I think that's just like something I've learned about myself more lately, thanks to TikTok. There's a thing called like it's called like avoidant attachment, something. And I was like looking into it and I was like, yeah, I think that's basically me. And essentially it's just like, through life, I've kind of become not jaded, but just to the point where I've realized, and at least I think, more often than not, shit falls through. And I don't know. It's not so much like I have no hope for anything, but it's more like not everything goes to plan. And sometimes, at least for me, it's better to not fully invest into something if I feel or kind of get the feeling that, oh, some shit's going to go wrong here. And it's not like I feel that way here or anything like that. Like, that's the one thing I've always thought about you guys. It's like, I've never had that feeling of, oh, they're going to fucking drop me like tomorrow or next week, whatever it is. Thankfully.
I mean, even now is a big example of like, outside of this space, like people don't know, like we don't hang out like we used to, right? Like I'm currently going through like a big like work transition that's taking up most of my time, you know, and it's like, and I know that the next year is gonna probably be the same, but I know that like I know that regardless of it, like I know you guys won't drop me. I know that we still, even if we don't hang out in this space, we'll make time for something, right? Like,
yeah. So that was my main thing. It's just, I don't know. It's like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm rambling on about. Just mainly like for me, it's as far as like the social aspect goes, because we were talking about that for a while. That's why I don't feel like I talk to people much or try to involve myself, because I'm just like,
the possibility of it not being anything
sustaining. And I'm like, what's the point? And I don't know. Through life, it's just been more of, at least for me, it's been more of like, that's been the case. That's been the case for a lot of the relationships I've had. Counted for, you know, whatever type of relationship, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, just meeting you guys, a couple other friends out there who maybe we reacquaintance or we just happen to know. It's just like some of them I can tell. I'm like, okay, these will last, I think. Yeah. And I'm willing to take that risk. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that fighting and arguing and everything negative is good, or not. I guess good isn't the word, but helpful.
It's necessary.
I think it's helpful. Yeah. Necessary, helpful growth. That's the whole thing, is that I think it's growing pains. That's what I was like kind of thinking in my head. And I think that it shows how much you do care about the friendship, because I think it's just so easy. It's just so easy nowadays to just be like, all right, cut, whatever. You can just go and just peace out. You could totally do that. And I think everybody's kind of guilty of doing that, whether it be for like a really, really big reason or just ghosting someone. because
Mhm.
you just weren't vibing. Well, you know, if it could be from a relationship prospect or hooking up or a homie or, you know, someone that you were trying to get to know and it just, you know, what the vibes weren't there. So
Yeah.
I think that just happens. And I think that the way that you see things or kind of approach relationships or new connections, Richard, is I think that's just your like the results of your experience. Like you've just experienced like that consistent like event in your life when it comes to relationships that it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna be more conservative with my energy, you know, more me with my reaching out, which I think is fine because it's not like you don't hang out like with new people at all, you know. So I think it's just a matter of how comfortable or how long it'll take you to get comfortable in those spaces. That's all up to you. And I think the amount of time that you do take is totally fine. You know,
that's
so
the thing too that I was saying. Like, it's like basically it takes, at least I feel it takes a while before I get comfortable and I consider somebody a friend and want to like actively talk with them or anything like that. And yeah, I don't know. It's like meeting Steve and you. It's like, I don't know. I feel like that was the fastest, I think. Because I think it was just like instant.
It was just
click.
instantaneously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's also because where we were at in our lives when we did meet, like we were in pretty big, like, I don't think it was transitional phases, but no, we were growing up and we still are, but a lot more so back in the day. So
because we met very immature, all three of us.
Yeah. Like Richard said, it was his first job, and that's how he met you through work. And
that was my second.
And I had known you, I think at that point for maybe like a couple months to a year or something like that. I don't even think we had been friends for that long.
Yeah, no.
So,
and I don't even think we considered each other friends yet. It was very like, you're my brother's friend, and you were like, you're my friend's little brother.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, it's just, it just kind of made it easy to kind of chill with each other because we were all kind of in the same, again, age group, interests and stuff like that. So it just kind of made it work. You know, everything kind of just fell into place. Things fit. The puzzle pieces were fitting. So, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
If you're lucky enough, stuff like that does happen. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't reach out to people. And if you are, listener, nervous about kind of interacting with people or whatever, the worst that can happen is they think you're weird, or they say no, and that's kind of about it.
Just leave.
Yeah, that's it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's kind of about it.
Those people weren't worth your time.
Yeah, because I think like to go out of your way to go up to someone and say, "Hi, how's it going?" or "Hey, you seem chill. What's your vibe?" Stuff like that. Like,
it's like, "Can I see your hand?" And you're like, "What?" And they go like that, and they're like,
there you go. Like sometimes if that is enough for people, and I feel like that's enough for a lot of people. And if someone's gonna give you like a negative vibe, a weird look for being that kind of person, that's really whack. That's weird as shit. I don't know. Like again, the worst that can happen is they do some weird shit, but you don't want to be friends with those people anyways.
Yeah.
And I feel like that could also be a moment of like, oh, you suck. Cool.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Yeah.
Don't have to overthink that one. So there's always that aspect of it.
All right.
But behind that big tangent, we are reaching that final part.
Wait. What's up? Because I was like, it's kind of serious. I kind of wanted it on something a little bit more lighthearted.
Nah.
Okay. Yeah, dude.
It's so rare just a that we have shit like that.
I know, but it's a little story.
Okay.
I just wanted a little comedy moment.
Okay.
A little moment of just like, fuck this guy.
Okay.
It's so I was on TikTok and I was just watching this. Ray William Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's on his arc of just like telling stories or whatever. Basically, there's this guy. He was at a bar, and then he realized he didn't have any more cash on him, so he went around to the ATM on the corner to try to get some cash out. And I think he was trying to get it from his like credit card account, like get a cash advance or whatever. into
Mhm.
his checking account, and first it didn't work for some reason at the first time, but then he tried it again, and he managed to get $200 out.
Okay.
But then he noticed when he looked at his account that the money wasn't changing. Basically, from
Okay.
what it looked like he just got the money
For free.
for free, right? So he just took the money and then left, and then went back to the bar and did his thing. The next day, he was thinking about it again, and he was like, "I wonder if it'll happen again." So he goes back to the same ATM and tries it again, another $200, and yeah, it gives it to him. And again, it wasn't appearing on his account, like on his statement or anything like that. So he was like,
Yeesh.
huh. So he decided to get a little wild with it, and he started taking out like 300, 400, 500, all the way to like 1,000. And
Ew.
basically it reached the limit of how much it would let him take out. But
Okay.
it from the looks of it, it was all good. It didn't look like he was taking out of his account, nothing like that. So he's basically just getting money for free from this ATM. So
Mhm.
he goes back every night now, like basically doing this shit, getting a bunch of money and stuff. And then he starts using that money to go and do like what is it? Just expensive shit. He was going on vacations. Dude was buying like,
He was splurging.
he was splurging on his friends and things like that. And he kept doing this fucking ATM thing. And he kept thinking like, oh, fuck. Like, I obviously at some point the bank is going to call me, or
Yeah.
I'm going to get a call from the cops, anything like that. I think like a year goes by, nothing. And he was just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. Like, I guess I'm getting away with it. At the end of it, I think he ended up taking out like 1.2 million
Oh my god.
in fucking money from this ATM.
Okay.
And he was just like, okay, you know what? I've pushed my luck. I'm going to stop. So he stops taking out from the ATM,
Okay.
but he's like, all right, any minute now or any day now, I'm sure the bank is going to call me, or I'm going to get, stopped by the cops. And he would get paranoid anytime he see like cops drive behind him or anything like that. But nothing. This kept going on for like another year, I think.
The fuck?
And finally, this guy, I don't know, I guess his conscience got at him, and he's like, I had to tell the bank what's going on.
oh
So
my god.
the fucking idiot calls the bank, and he tells
oh
them,
my god.
I've been taking out money from this ATM.
Oh
And,
my god.
I'm basically committing fraud.
No, you did not.
He's like, you're gonna have to send somebody to arrest me. And
What
the
do
person
you
on the phone is just like, okay, like we'll look into it, and hung up. So he thought, okay, now for sure the cops are gonna come get me. Nothing happened the next day. Nothing happened for the next week. Nothing happened for the next 4 fucking years.
What do you mean?
No calls from the bank, no fucking cops, nothing. So what's it called? It's just like, okay, so he got away with it. Essentially, he got to fucking take out $1 million from this ATM for free and just live out his fucking, rich person life fantasy.
Right.
He fucking gets paranoid again, and he's like, I can't do it.
Stop.
He goes to the police station
Stop it.
and turns himself in.
You pussy.
And they're like-
oh my god.
They're like, what are you talking about? Apparently the bank had never even called them to tell them about the fraud.
oh my god.
And what's it called? He's just like, yeah, I took out money, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what exactly, like, how, like, what he got sentenced for or anything, but they were just like, we don't even know what to do with you.
Is this a
So
true
they just-
story?
This is a true story. So
Oh
they just
my
threw him in jail for
God.
like a year, and he's free now, I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jesus
What a
Christ.
Fucking dork, dude.
I was like,
And he was just trying to be a good Samaritan.
yeah, apparently this is the first, according to him, he's a very good person, and this is his first like illegal
Offense,
thing he's
yeah.
ever done. So he just felt bad about it, and I was
Oh
just
my
like,
god.
just another example of God picks the wrong people.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. That's true. Or he chose the right person and it was a test.
I know somebody in high school got hit by the metro.
Self-report. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, they made money.
Sick. Good for
Did they
him.
live?
Did nothing with it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
How much did
Yeah,
he
did
get?
nothing.
Do you know?
It was like at the time it was like I think like 800,000.
Mm.
Yeah. For
I mean,
a broken leg, I think is what he got.
coin.
Guys, we should
But-
commit it. We should commit it.
He didn't do anything with it.
Maybe
can get
we
away with
don't. Maybe we don't say that on the podcast.
That's
recording.
crazy.
I mean,
Hey, maybe we don't say that because
Well,
we
this-
should. I mean, we should invest in stock market. Yep.
yeah. I hope
Yeah, one of those
you
coins is
do-
supposed to be like rising.
I hope you bleep that because that
Of
could be
course I
incriminating to
will.
us in like an
Yeah.
actual claim when we're trying to deal with someone. They're like, Your Honor, I have proof here that this is false. It's
It
like,
wasn't
oh,
said in
fuck.
satire. It was a joke.
Satire, hearsay, or whatever the word is. Imagination.
Yeah.
But dude, that's crazy.
right.
Imagination. That's wild.
That was the
I
story.
I'm trying
that
to
guy,
think like
that guy's a nerd.
I feel like I would also be paranoid of like anything happening, but I feel like after a couple years, I just would like accept that if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and I would put money aside somewhere or like physical.
Sure.
I don't know, just in case, because if something like that does happen, then at least there's money left behind for the family, for me in prison. I don't know, something. You know, there's got to be something left
Also
over,
probably gets
Mhm.
taken, but
unless they can't find it.
all right, fucking
Fucking Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
Just wanted money, dude. Uh-huh.
That being said, we're at our final portion of the pod where we give you guys our latest obsession and or what we're listening to, watching, and
How you do
final
that,
remarks.
bro? What the fuck?
Do
He's
what?
got a
Never
tall
mind.
back. There you go.
Because he doesn't have his lean on.
Oh. Cholo, elbows up, side to side.
I have mad
elbows up,
bruises.
Side to
Sick,
side.
dude.
Why?
From what, dude? Getting into gang fights? Fucking hell.
That's crazy. A rough Saturday night, dude.
Hey,
Oh.
what's up?
Okay. Give me.
I even have
Alright.
like markings here.
What the fuck
Alright.
happened?
I think I fucking ran into something
Oh.
like a rail.
blink twice if you need help. You did it once. Is that a no or is that a please?
I'm fine.
I
Oh
don't
my
know, dude.
god. I don't
All
trust
right,
him.
anyway.
Take us out.
Anyways,
Well,
Rich,
before they
final,
take you out.
final remarks.
Okay. I have one song to recommend. It is called Shimmy Ya by Pertinence.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
I showed it to you earlier, Lee.
Shimmy, shimmy, yeah. That one?
Shimmy
By
Ya
who?
Pertinence. It's the same people who did Ups and Downs.
Oh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. It's just
Oh, I've heard this.
the intro is weird. I'll give it that. But the whole song in itself, banger.
Remember this
What's
one?
it called? Yeah, I
Good
don't know.
song.
I'm starting to look more into his discography. I like him a lot more now. So
Nice.
yeah, go check him. Check the song out and check him out. So yeah,
Sick.
and then final remarks. Psychoanalyze yourself. Sometimes it's very necessary. We always say this. It's just good to self-reflect. I mean, hopefully you have a really fucking good friend group. If you don't, you know what, man? It'll come eventually. That being said, make sure you go out and look for it. Meanwhile, they're just vibing. It's a good song.
I'm listening to Old Dirty Bastard.
Oh, sick.
I'm listening to the song. It's good. It is a
Links
vibe.
get quick, submit
Nice.
to the ground.
All
52
right.
states.
And yeah, that's all I got, actually.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
I'll go next. I have
go
no
next.
songs. The last song that's on here is I've recommended last week. So yeah, there's nothing else on here. Anime season's over. My biggest recommendation is checking out The Summer Hikaru Died. It's on Netflix. It's really good. It is a little creepy, which is cool. It's this. Oh, it is the season, and it's completely out. I think the first season. I think it's all done. It's cool. Check it out. I recommend it. What else?
And you.
That's kind of about it for recommendations. Buy part of my final regards is buy your costumes. Start checking out costumes. We're about to hit into the true spooky season, so better to be prepared for the costume parties than be the guy that wears a sheet over his outfit. I don't know. But that's about it. That's all right. Yep.
Okay.
Steve.
Go watch The Strangers Chapter 2. Good movie.
Oh, I do want to watch that.
That's all I'm gonna say. It's a good movie.
I want to watch that. The Strangers is the only fucking movie that's actually scared me.
It's good. It's good.
I feel.
And final remarks. I hope that you guys along any part of your way find people to fill the bucket, because
I won't fill my bucket.
you get people like that.
Ew.
Jesus
I'm just
Christ.
saying ew because it's just I had the song playing still and I'm just like, oh god, I can imagine you at a club doing that shit to no, but specifically with the tongue too.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, hope you find somebody or people, and if it's just one person, it's cool. That's your rock, and that's what you rock with. And we get closer as we get closer to the festival activities, the holidays, and anything that has to do with just being around people. Just make yourself that you surround yourself with people who love and care.
One last thing. We're heading into spooky month. Actually, when this comes out, it's October. Give us any, what's it called?
Oh shit, we gotta make costumes.
Give us any recommendations as far as like what you want to see this Halloween special, because we've done it every year. So I don't know. You want more scary stories? We can do more scary stories. You want us to just, I don't know, blab in costume? We can blab in costume. But yeah, just let us know if you want to see anything specific.
Nice.
Maybe. Mm-hmm.
Put in the comment section.
Put in the comment section.
Yeah. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and share us with your best friends and or best friend in general.
Yeah.
Or a situationship.
That'd be a pretty good one too.
Yeah.
It's a good vibe check.
After you finish fucking.
Or put us on in the background while you're doing it.
While you're fucking.
Raw dog everybody.
You're doing so good, sweetie. Yes.
Stop lying to him. You can't feel it.
The gags weren't real.
That's between your thighs, not your cooch.
Oh my god.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
Reagan and Bush, smoke all that kush.
What the hell?